Hello, parents of future Leapers. My name is Julie Plikerd, and I teach LEAP here at Miami Valley Christian Academy. LEAP stands for Learning Experiences for Advanced Pupils. Here at Miami Valley, we take the students that have scored high on their achievement tests, and we give them this opportunity to come into my room and work on reading and writing at a more advanced level. What we try to do is engage the mind at the higher level of Bloom's taxonomy. We're not just interested in who or what happened in a book anymore. We're going to be dealing with why did that happen, and what would happen if, and what if that changed, or how would they have reacted in this situation. We try to make them think beyond the written word and work on how can we take this into the step of analysis and synthesis. How can we use this somewhere else? How can we use the knowledge that we've gained here and take it over into something else that we may be reading or doing? Each class we start with warm-ups, and you might hear them discuss them as games, and they feel like games because we do a lot of, apples to apples kind of thing where I'll say a word and they have to tell me, something that it pertains to. Or we can start a class with such a question as, the answer is Australia. Now, give me questions that Australia would be the answer to. Or the answer is 5. What could that be? Not just, math problems, but I could be asking you how many Great Lakes are there? So we start class with kind of like mind-stretching activities like that. And then we take books. One of the first books, maybe not the first, but one of the first books your child will see this year is A Lion to Guard Us. Now this book is going to be a jumping off point for how children were treated during 17th century English life, how things have changed. We're going to be talking about Rolfe and, how agriculture saved the colonies, Jamestown. And then at some point we will be jumping off from there into The Tempest by Shakespeare. A kid's version of The Tempest, but we're going to be talking about The Tempest. So there's a lot of places one book can take us, and that's what we're going to be doing. In LEAP class, it's not graded. We take kids who we know are A students, and we pull them into LEAP, and we expect that they would remain A students. But a lot of things I ask them to do, they're not comfortable with, like, oh, I've never had to do that before, and what's the right answer? And they become more grade conscious. They're afraid to step out there and take a chance. And that's why they get the A. If they do their work, if they do their reading, and they attempt to do all the activities, they will have an A. The worst thing that can happen to them in LEAP class, and they do think this is the worst thing that ever happens to them, is sometimes I make them redo things. That's not quite the level I wanted. Let's fix that. How can we make that better? It's a great learning experience. They are just not crazy about it. But that is the worst thing that can happen in LEAP. If once your child comes into LEAP and they find that, the work is more than they wanted to do, or they can't, because of time constraints at home or whatever, keep up with the assignments, in that case, we will ask them to go back to, either their third grade teacher or their fourth grade teacher until their next year, where maybe their schedule and their maturity level lets them, come into LEAP and keep up with the activities. That decision is really made more at home than it is here, though if the work is not coming in, we will have to talk about that. But normally that is not an issue. Normally the kids really love coming into LEAP, and they love to get the opportunities that this classroom, which is a little more free-flowing than they get in their own homerooms. Um, in closing, I want to say that, feel free to contact me anytime you need on the email, jplikerd at mvca-oh.com, with any questions or concerns you may have throughout the beginning of LEAP or throughout the rest of the year. Thank you.